Hello everyone and Happy New Year. I've got 4 things I want to talk about in this video, so let's go ahead and get to it. The first thing I want to talk about is some of you have been fairly busy with the projects we've been doing the last couple of months. Jason M, spelled a little bit differently, Jayson, no relation. He's been working on the LM386 project through KiCad and made some additions to his project, so let's take a look at it. If you don't know what I'm talking about as far as the project, if you will go up around here, I will have a video that you can click and look at the KiCad and LM386 projects that we've been working on the past couple of months, and ask me any questions that you have. So the project that you see in front of you is Jason's project. Sounds kind of weird me saying my own name that way, but you'll notice one difference between a couple of differences between the project that he made and I made. Mine is in a jelly jar and his is actually in a project box. Which is probably a little bit smarter. But you also notice that there's a couple of new things here. We have an LED up here to tell when the circuit is on and off, which is really nice to have. Another thing that you see is an extra rotary knob here that is controlling something else. So what we're going to do is we'll take a look at his circuit board and see what that something else is. Here's his circuit board. At the top you see just the blank board. At the bottom you have fully soldered in, and what you'll notice that's different from the board that we made earlier is these two components. We have a potentiometer here that's a little different than, or I should say is an extra potentiometer than RV1, which is used in the original circuit. And also the other difference is there's a capacitor here that is not in the original circuit. And what Jason has done is he has added these two components to give him gain control. So the extra knob that you see on the picture beforehand, what that was is we have both a volume and a gain control, so you can adjust either one, which is really nice to have. What this is going to do is give him the ability to change the gain from 20 dB to 200 dB and anywhere in between. So really nice modification. I'll have the pictures up on Facebook and on the website if you care to look at them any closer. Second thing I want to talk about is related to the project. In the original project, it called for 2 1/8" mono jacks in order to have audio in and audio out. You can see it here on the mason jar lid if that focuses right. Well, the mono jacks are nice if you have mono headphones, but not many people do now. Most headphones come in stereo. So if you plug a stereo headphone jack into the mono output, what will happen is you'll get audio in one ear. So one way around that, and one way that I changed my amplifier, is I changed that jack to a stereo jack on the output side. So I'll show you what that looks like. The stereo jack that I'm using is this one off of DigiKey. The part number you'll see is SJ13513. This is really what it looks like. You've got the 1/8" jack here. This is the ground pin. This is a signal pin, and this is a signal pin. Now, since you have a single-ended output on the LM386, in order to get audio to flow into both headphone speakers with this stereo output jack, what you need to do is you need to take these two and tie them together with a wire. So if your signal is coming in, you want to take that signal wire, you want to attach it here, and you want the signal to be split between those two outputs. Also over here, all you do is take this pin, run it to ground, and you're good to go. Now you've got not exactly stereo sound, but what you've done is you've taken that single-ended output, you've split it between those two headphone speakers, and you get sound in both of the speakers in the headphones. So if you want to change your amplifier to be a little more compatible with a set of stereo headphones, this is how you do it. I'll have a link for the DigiKey part down below. The thing I want to talk about is what Skinny Research and Development is going to be doing for the next 2 months or 3 months this year. I'm taking the basic electronics stuff for now and I'm kind of putting it to the side. I am dedicating maybe 1 day a week to basic electronics when I go visit the Tampa Hackerspace, which is in town, which I'll have a link for here or over here somewhere. But what I'm really going to be focusing on is phones, specifically VoIP phones. For the next couple of months, all of the videos, a lot of the posts are all going to be dealing with VoIP instrumentation, VoIP phones, VoIP countermeasures, VoIP vulnerabilities. What I am doing is building a class. The class already has 2.5 days, and the first class that I'm making is all basic VoIP. The point here is that a lot of people in our field, a lot of security technicians, have questions about VoIP, and that's what this class is for, is to answer those questions. So things that it will include will be understanding the PBX, understanding how to program a VoIP phone, understanding basic VoIP functionality, understanding how that fits in an enterprise network. Another thing that we'll be doing is also during the class I'll have interviews with actual system administrators who run VoIP networks on a daily basis. So if you have questions that you'd like to ask a security or a system administrator about VoIP, email them to me and I'll make sure to include those in the interview. But it's going to be the next few months is going to be fairly VoIP heavy in everything that you see out of Skinny Research and Development. The last thing I'd like to mention is that if during this time of year you didn't get a chance to donate to anything, or you're still looking for a place to donate some money to help out a good cause, may I recommend the Death Race for Charity. So this guy, Chris Andes, who is in the Marine Corps himself, will be running the Death Race up in, I believe it's in New Hampshire or Vermont. Essentially, it's 3 days of just grueling, terrible obstacles that you have to run. If you've ever heard of Spartan Death Races, this is pretty much the Spartan Death Race on steroids and 3 days long. So he's going to be running it. The way it works is this year all the money that gets donated for entrance fees and actually any other money that you can raise will be put in a pot, and all of the finishers will be able to donate that pot to different charities. Chris's charity is the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society. What this society does is it gives zero interest loans to military members who are out on deployment or training. It's there for them when they fall on hard times, and it keeps them focused on the mission at hand instead of worrying about if their family's going to have enough food to eat while they're away. So sometimes, military members just need a little extra money in order to make it to the next paycheck, and this organization helps them out. It's a really good charity. Please join us in giving to this worthy cause. So thank you very much for your support in the last year. I wish everyone a happy new year. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe, and thank you for watching.